here for our adversary hearing. We are conducting this through Zoom. We are live streaming, and Ms. Taylor is making our record this morning. We'll go ahead and take announcements.
Pamela Ferguson, Regional Attorney representing the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. I'm present and ready with Investigator Haley Wagner and Supervisor Jamie Blunt from the department. And I'm also present with Paula Mears from St. Francis Ministries.
Linda Ebling representing Rocio Navarro. We are both present and ready.
Stacey Grant presenting Mr. Navarro Espinoza, and he is incarcerated in the Curry County Detention Center. Will not be present, but I'm ready.
Monica Olivas with CASA, present.
Savannah Kincaid, I represent the child. I'm present and ready.
And Your Honor, before we get started, could I have a quick breakout room with just the attorneys? We'll be really, really quick. I just don't know where we stand.
Sure. No, happy to do that. All right. Y'all ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, then, Ms. Ferguson, who's your first witness?
Your Honor, I believe I have an agreement to announce. I believe that the parties are either in agreement or not opposed to the department taking temporary managing conservatorship today. The department is not asking for any child support or medical support in lieu of the fact that we will be asking Ms. Navarro to do services, and her transportation to those services would be in lieu of her child support, and also in lieu of the fact that Mr. Navarro is incarcerated currently. And I believe that Ms. Navarro's attorney had some requests for the court as well, but I believe that we're in a general agreement for TMC to the department.
Okay. Let me ask Ms. Grant, he's an alleged father. Has he asked for genetic testing?
Not to this point, Your Honor, and I have not had the opportunity to have that explanation with him, so I'd like to reserve that for status hearing if I could.
Sure. No, I just think if the sooner we can take it up, if we need to get the testing scheduled, the better, obviously. So,
okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, then, Ms. Ebling, what issues do y'all have today?
Your Honor, we are in agreement. Ms. Navarro is going to work services. She knows she has some things she needs to work on, and she's already being proactive about getting started on some of those things. I'm understanding that her daughter does want to visit with her, and that would be supervised by St. Francis, and that would be our request. So I don't think we're at the point of having any family type supervision at this time. We do want to avoid any alienation of the child, and hopefully that's not going to be an issue. There's a lot of family involved in this situation, and we'd like to just keep it to the people that are involved and try to move this on as smoothly as possible, because I think we know what needs to be done on our side. I don't know if the child is involved in any kind of therapeutic services or not, but I think that would be important. Ms. Navarro will also need to be involved in therapy with someone, and we hope at some point that can lead to family therapy. But at this point, we're in agreement to start doing what needs to be done.
All right. So I don't think anybody's got any issue with that. Visits being supervised by St. Francis. One question though, has Ms. Navarro drug screened for us?
Your Honor, I would need to ask my client. I don't believe, as of the last time I talked to my client, I had not heard of us being able to reach her to ask her to go for a drug test. So we certainly would ask for one to be ordered today.
And I told her that would probably be the order of the court today, so we're prepared for that.
Okay, and Ms. Navarro, it's just important that we have some baselines and to, just see what's going on. I'm going to order you to go do hair and UA drug screen. I because of the age of the child, I'll permit the visits to go forward supervised, but, I will just tell you that of all the services that they're going to ask you to work, the most critical one is that you demonstrate you can remain drug-free. And, so this helps us get a baseline so we know if we're making progress in that capacity. So, okay. All right, then, Ms. Ebeling, does this sound like your all's agreement?
It does, Your Honor. I would just also add that currently she's residing in Clovis, so that needs to be factored in terms of where she's set for the drug screen. I don't know how unlimited her transportation is. It's 100 miles from Clovis, so, but I assume we can work that out.
Okay, where do we think we'll have our drug screen?
Paula or Haley, can y'all address that?
I don't know that the department will pay for anything out of state, so she would have to come to Texas. The closest one would probably be Amarillo or Lubbock.
I've been told that St. Francis can contract with out-of-state providers. I've had that come up several times recently. So I'm wondering if there would be a screening lab or a screening outfit in Clovis.
I will certainly check into that, Your Honor. I'm not sure. I haven't had a parent need to drug screen out of state yet. So, but I certainly will check on that immediately.
Okay.
And Your Honor, if you're making that an order, I mean, obviously we will figure out a way to comply with it.
Well, I just want St. Francis I just want them to look into it because I've had this come up recently. I've had St. Francis contracted in Michigan and several out of state, Colorado, several out of state situations. So it obviously can be done. Now, the question is there one to contract with?
Right.
So I'm trying to think, at least for this initial drug screen, Ms. Navarro, can you get to Amarillo or to Lubbock for this initial test? And you're muted, so I can't hear you.
Her connection may be wobbly. There we go.
Yes, I could get to Lubbock or Amarillo, yes.
Which would be easier for you?
Lubbock.
Okay. All right, so let's set up the initial drug test for Lubbock. And their cutoff, I think it's about 4:00, I think, as well. So she would need to be there before 4:00 today. Can you do that, Ms. Navarro?
Today, could it,
Could we give her another day to
yes,
I don't know if she's having to make arrangements for transportation or not.
yes, ma'am. Yes,
All right, by 4:00 tomorrow?
tomorrow, yes, I'll try. Yeah, yes, go ahead. Okay, be like, it's like I don't have gas money. Could it be like, because I don't get another money until like the 3rd. I'll have money when I get my disability money for the gas.
What
Is there anyone who can give you a ride, Rocio?
Not right now, because then I have to give them for the gas money.
Your Honor, I would remind the court that one of the reasons that the department is not requesting child support is because we understand this transportation would be in lieu of child support.
I grasp that. I'm trying to figure out. All right. So I know that St. Francis can't go to New Mexico to get her, but what if she can get to, say, Farwell? And then can they transport from Farwell to Lubbock and back to Farwell?
Well,
Your
let
Honor,
me-
she can get to Farwell. I'll have my admin pick her up in Farwell, take her, and then bring her back to Farwell.
All right. So Ms. Navarro, can you get to Farwell?
I'll call somebody for gas money for they could take me tomorrow. I'll ask my aunt if she could give me gas money and and I'll pay her the day when I get my check money for tomorrow.
All right, well, here's how I'm
Okay.
gonna leave this. I'm gonna say you need to drug screen by 4 o'clock tomorrow. Now, if you can't arrange transportation, you're gonna need to let your caseworker know that as soon as possible, because then all we need you to do is get to Farwell.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
And then they'll take you to Lubbock and then bring you back to Farwell.
Okay, that'll be fine.
So you need to just stay in communication with your caseworker about that.
Okay, ma'am.
Does she let Miss Wagner know that, or the new St. Francis worker?
Okay,
Let's leave it with investigations at this time. So, Jamie,
Okay.
are you okay with that?
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so Rocio,
And-
you need to let Haley know how you're gonna do this, which way you're gonna do it.
I've attempted to call and text Rocio from my number, so she should have it. But in case you don't, let me give it to you again. It's going to be 806.
and that's Haiti, right?
Yes, ma'am. Haley Wagner, and I am the investigator.
Okay,
So let her know if you're going to get there on your own tomorrow, or if you're going to need them to meet you in Farwell,
29.
so they can make arrangements for someone to come pick you up, okay?
And where's that place called?
They'll send,
I
she'll text it to you.
Okay, I'll be fine.
Information.
Text
Okay.
it to me too, Haley, please.
Okay.
Everybody slow down. You guys are talking all over each other.
Okay,
Sorry.
Okay. All right, and then Ms. Navarro, we'll talk more about your services at the next hearing. But between now and then, St. Francis is going to sit down with you. They'll talk to you about what they're going to want you to do. That'll be in a written plan. They'll be asking you to review that and sign that. And then we'll talk about that some more at the next hearing, and go over, why the services are important at that time. Okay, then at this time, then I do find the evidence is sufficient to name the department. Well, I'm sorry, hang on just a minute. Let me just ask. Ms. Grant, is this your agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and Ms. Kincaid?
It is, Your Honor.
All right. Then if I find the evidence is sufficient to name the department as temporary managing conservator. I'll not order any child support or medical support at this time, with the expectation that Ms. Navarro will work services. Obviously, Mr. Espinoza is incarcerated and he can't pay any support. He's also an alleged father, so it wouldn't apply to him at this point in time. Mom's visits will be supervised at this time by St. Francis. She's to drug test hair and UA by 4 p.m. tomorrow. I also will make findings that there would be a continuing and ongoing danger to the child to return the child home at this point in time, and that the department has used reasonable efforts to avoid the legal removal of the child, but for the child's well-being and safety, that can't happen at this time. All right. Our next hearing is scheduled for February 12th of 2024, and that's on a 1 o'clock docket. So I'll see everybody back then for our status hearing. So unless anybody has anything else, then we'll be in recess, and everyone have a very happy new year. Ms. Herrera, looks like you've got a question.
Sorry, I couldn't unmute. Could we get information on placement? I don't know if we can get a breakout room with Miss Maria so we can get her information. Monica and I.
Yeah, anybody have any problem if I go ahead and stop the live stream? So
No objection.
okay.